good for you as me is. Kissing wherever we want, touching wherever I want. Girl, you so bad I'm gon' flaunt. Everybody watching, so I'm gon' stunt. Stare at that ass as you walk in the front. Drive through the interstate, you roll the blunt. Go anywhere and we do what we want. Yeah. Love everywhere, we fuck what we want. You are the one that I want. Show me you born before you, but you are the one. Where's my trophy? I feel like I won. Why can life just be like this? Waking up to your sweet soft kiss. Been through hell just to reach this bliss. I learned a lot, but the past not missed. My heart in your hands, so don't make a fist. Before you get mad, just give me a kiss. Girl, I'ma do it, you don't need to wish. Divine, feminine, into it, submit. Yeah. Waiting for this day ever since I was a kid. Yeah. Never seen your face, I knew I could see it. Wrote it before you, I know I'm a sinner. Yeah. I wrote it before you, I know I'm a sinner. Let's make a baby, let's make a life. Let's build a time machine and make it alright. We can spend money, we can spend time. We can spend eternity, we can spend life together, baby. Yes, that definitely was a vibe. I got caught up in the vibe. Good morning, everybody. It's the Hood Mystic representing www.hoodmystic.com. Want to shout out the Patreon family one time. That's patreon.com/hoodmystic. Thank you for everybody over there for that constant support, you know, keeping this thing going. And so with that energy that y'all provide me, I just hoping that I'm providing a proper energy return back to you guys with these daily energy readings, you know, keeping us abreast of what's happening in the astrological realms, you know, the spiritual realms, the energy realm, just, you know, giving people some daily, you know, conscious information in the morning where it's really important, starting your day off. Today is Tuesday. The title of this video is called Where the Magic Happens. And so hoodmystic.com, this YouTube channel, that's exactly where the magic happens. No, I'm just playing. No, it is, but you know, I really want to discover where the magic happens for you, you know. And so these daily energy readings, how I come up with these titles is I study the astrology, and based upon the astrology, an image will come up in my mind. Sometimes it's a word, sometimes it's a picture, and that picture is like, oh, it's easy to connect the dots because I've been a lot of different places in my life and time. I've sung a lot of no, no, but yeah, I've been a lot of places. I've seen a lot of things, so it's easy for me to connect the dots to stuff with this astrology. And so without further ado, let's talk about this astrology. Let's talk about Mars. Today is Tuesday. Peace to everybody on the live. Peace to everybody who watches these videos. I'm happy that these videos can be of assistance to people. You know, that's all I ever would want to do in my life, is to help other people, you know. But at first you got to help yourself, and then from helping yourself you realize your purpose is to help others. But it's an order to it. And so I speak to that order as we begin to discuss Mars and the first decan of Capricorn. And we study the decans in astrology because 12-sign astrology, based upon its own merits, is simply not enough. You got to add more detail, you got to add more seasoning, you got to add more sauce, because 12-sign astrology is like chicken with no seasoning. It's hard to eat. So you gotta add the decans, and that's, you know, the different seasonings, the different vegetables, you know, throw it on a grill, marinate it, you know, and then that's what the decans do to 12-sign astrology. So if you study 12-sign astrology and you are not aware, like, what the hell is a deacon? A minister, a pastor, a reverend? No, like, the astrology is broken down into 36 different chambers. Wu-Tang Clan. You understand? You gotta expand your mind a little bit and understand that it's all one thing. There is no very complex system to understanding consciousness, astrology. If you discuss an astrology consciousness and it's like very complex and it's hard to understand, then it's probably not valid. You can get caught up so much in the details that you don't even understand the purpose of all of this shit. So this is why we're keeping it simple. So Mars, first decan, Capricorn. The setup here is Venus, Saturn, and Mars. The first decan of Aquarius has Venus, has Saturn in it as rulership. So if you have Venus and Saturn, you want to break it down even further, because I'm just saying Venus and Saturn, that may not mean anything to you. So you got to have codes for codes. Like Venus has to mean something. Saturn has to mean something. Mars has to mean something. As we begin to discuss astrology, if we're talking about Venus and we're like, okay, Venus. So you gotta, my code for Venus in this context is freedom. The ability to do whatever you want to do. Aquarius is an air sign. And so when we think about air does not have to check in through like material world. Air can do exactly whatever the hell that it wants to do. And so Venus in Aquarius is air. With Saturn is structure. So we got freedom and structure together. All we're waiting for is a planet to come and give us a result from this freedom and structure. And so the planet that enters into the first decan of of Aquarius rather, is Mars. And so that gives us action. And so add those up together. We have freedom first, structure, and action. Because a lot of us have free time. But what should we do with that free time? Aquarius, like my mother is an Aquarius, so like I understand Aquarius energy on a deep level, based upon the fact that you guys are specialists. You guys are very good at what you do. That's Venus and Saturn together ruling that first decan. And so all of these up together, it equals enterprise. It equals a person that's out here doing some things. And what's the difference between a person that's out here doing things versus a person that's just barely getting by? That person that's out here doing some things has some freedom, has some structure, and has some action. He had time to work on it, and then when he had time to work on it, he actually focused and structured his time. And when it came time to move, he moved. And so this is the overall theme for the energy. We're talking about enterprise. So as we discuss the aspects to Mars, we have the context of enterprise, freedom, structure, action. Hope I'm clear on that, because I know I said a lot of words. And the difficult thing with me is that understanding this information and translating it into a way that other people can understand it. That's always my goal. So if ever it's a point where it's like, brother, I don't understand, what the hell are you talking about? Please let me know, because that's my pet peeve. That's the shit that irks me to no end if y'all don't understand what I'm saying, because I'm doing everything that I can to be clear as possible. And so the energy of the day is enterprise. Mars, first decan of Aquarius. Mars is square Uranus. So what is Uranus? Because every planet has to have a code. And so you can have a different bunch of ideas about Uranus and what Uranus could possibly mean. Pause. But let's take it back to the esoterics of it all and give it a real live example in our human lives that we all have. So therefore, there is no conjecture about what Uranus means. Let's all understand what Uranus means together. Esoteric astrology. Uranus represents your master gland. It represents your hormones that cascade through your body. The thing that makes you unique. Me and you could be going through the same situation. It could be driving you crazy. I could be finding peace. Through my peace, I'm not getting wrinkly. I'm not getting old. I'm smiling. I'm having a wonderful time. You, on the other hand, you're losing your hair. You're getting wrinkly. You know, your teeth is falling out. I still look like I'm 16. I just turned 34. That's Uranus. That's my master gland, because I don't got no worries. Even when I got worries, my only worry will come from a person who would peer into my life and make judgments on me. Because that person is not understanding his Uranus. So he has to project, or she has to project, her stress on me. So we're talking about stress, we're talking about worry, we're talking about changes. We're talking about conspiracy. And we're talking about what your ass gonna do about it, how you gonna feel about it. Are you having trouble sleeping? Are you sleeping like a baby? Like, how does this thing work out? And then if you're experiencing negative adverse effects, how are you channeling it through your master gland? Are you like, oh my God, this is happening to me, and now my emotions are completely wrapped up into it, so let me lose all this hair. Let me get all wrinkly. Let me get all ugly. Let me get all mad. Let me gain all this weight. Cause you can't understand the point of this thing is to stay balanced, to stay unique. If somebody's chopping my arm off, then guess what? I'm the one-armed astrologer. This shit does not stop moving. When I said daily energy readings, I meant that. Has shit been happening? Shit has been happening. I mean, like, maybe 3 hours of sleep, maybe 4. And in the meantime, in between time, I'm studying like I got something to do. Like, I don't know, like, I'm working on shit on such a deep level. I'm just like, life is just this continuous work schedule that I'm following. And so that brings me to my next point. Enterprise, trine Mercury in the sun. When I say Enterprise, we're just talking about Mars, first deacon in Aquarius now. Enterprise is, like we said, and the same metaphor still applies where we're talking about, you know, walking in a sandstorm. Because the idea is that you are walking. The idea is that you are trying to get somewhere. The idea is that you may not know where you're going. So you got to have some type of structure. It's like when you walking in the desert and you got all of this freedom. You could go anywhere. You know, the horizon is just so expansive. You know, at a 360-degree angle, you could go anywhere, possibly do anything. This is where you have to have the most structure. Because imagine you not having no structure in that situation. You don't even know north, south, east, or west. Imagine how lost you would be. So freedom incites structure. Peace. So as we discussed this Enterprise trine Mercury Sun, this is perfect. Because we need some fresh ideas. We need some bossed up ideas. We need to reflect on our beautiful mind. Ooh, you guys have such beautiful minds. Oh, the visions, the art, the music, the poetry, the photography, the families, the love, the support, the metalworking, the carpentry. Oh, you guys have beautiful minds. What is a beautiful mind without enterprise? We need to drop a bomb on that. We need to have a whole symposium on that question that I just posed. Because these beautiful minds and these beautiful ideas, what are they without enterprise? I really need us to really think about that. And maybe I'm just talking to myself on that. Maybe I'm just talking to myself on that, but I really needed to hear that. What is a beautiful mind without enterprise? Without the freedom, the structure, and the action? Mars opposed the nodes. No, before I get to that, I'm still on Mars trine Mercury Sun. I'm still on this beautiful mind. I'm still on my wave where I'm like, I think, therefore I am. But you hear that, it's like one run-on sentence, but it's really broken up into two parts. It's like, I think, I'm thinking, therefore I am. And so I am is this whole nother part that you have to begin to project what you are. So I think, therefore I am what? What are you? I am, what are you? I am starting a business. You are starting a business? How? I'm sitting here talking to you about I'm starting a business. Well, brother, that's not starting a business. We need to go downtown, file these paperworks, you know, get you a statutory agent. You sure you don't need a lawyer? Or, you know. Nah, I ain't think about all that, bruh. Yeah, you didn't. So, you know, what are you doing? Who are you? What, like, hey man, we can't be thinking on shit forever. We gonna have to start acting on this shit at a certain point. And the more that we begin to act on it, the better we'll see how this thing begins to manifest for ourselves. But you gotta act on it. You gotta utilize Mars. Today is Tuesday. You gotta act on it. Mars opposed the nodes. An opposition is two planets that are completely opposed from one another. But like and unlike is the same. These planets have to figure out how in the world are we the same when we're opposed from each other. Me and you, we have two different ideologies. But we're sitting here we're sitting here face to face though. It's a movie, I can't think of it, with Samuel L. Jackson and some other guy. But the whole movie is them sitting in front of each other talking about how they don't like each other for like 2 hours. It's bugged out. If anybody know what movie that is, add that in the comments. But or I'll add it in the comments or whatever. But yeah, so you know, opposition is weird. Opposition is uncomfortable. Because here you are, we are diametrically opposed to one each other in our views, but we gotta sit here and address this shit. So within that, opposition is a spiritual truth, and it's you guys' responsibility to find it out. And so that's unification. And I'm not talking about two people. I'm just talking about you and your spiritual truth. They are diametrically opposed between probably where you're at right now. Where you're at and your spiritual truth are at two different locations. So the quest is finding where that unification point is. You owe it to yourself. We're talking about freedom, structure, action. Hitman's Bodyguard. It's an older movie. I think that one came out like recently. Not that old. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Mars Sextile Chiron, or maybe Hitman's Bodyguard is probably a movie that speaks to that premise though, for real, because if I'm remembering correctly, like the bodyguard and the hitman is like two different type of people, but here they are getting merged into a situation where they gotta kind of address, you know, like if you want to understand how to make a good movie, like if you a screenwriter or you trying to develop a good plot, get two opposite situations and then find a connection point. Movie. As they, as they find out this connection point, this spiritual truth, movie. Because what we don't like to address in this reality is that opposition is something exactly like you. So the truth of it is that, people will be like, I hate gay people. 9 times out of 10, if a person's gonna say that, is because he's gay as rainbows. Whatever you hate, you can't hate something that you're not of. So it's very important to, stop hating gay people and just get you a flag, and join the parade and live your truth. This is unification. As opposed to just sit back on the sidelines and be having all of this anger when you be so happy, on a float, queen waving. This is Mars opposed to Nodes. This is your spiritual truth, and why not do the things that excite your soul? You're not gonna bother me. You only bothering yourself. So Mars square Venus, Enterprise square Venus. Let's think about this shit for a second. Real quick. Enterprise. What's the hard part to Enterprise? Trusting that you can do something different, trusting that you can be something amazing, trusting that you can unify and build an establishment that people will come to every day, all day. Trusting that you could link up with other people, trusting that you don't have to be working check to check. You got to trust them emotions, and you can't see that shit if you working a 9 to 5. You can't see that shit if you unemployed and you ain't doing shit but feeling bad that you unemployed, and you ain't doing shit but feeling bad that you got to work at this job, and you hate this job, and you hate your coworkers, you hate your supervisors. Then it's hard to see Enterprise, because you've built up that negative cachet of energy and you haven't dealt with the opposition, nor have you dealt with the challenge or the reconciliation that, you have to do something different. As Venus traverses through Scorpio, your freedom is coming under fire. And freedom is available, but, people do not like freedom. It's ironic as hell that when you get freedom, that's when people, start to shit themselves. So it's very important to organize and go through every day with the schedule. I don't think that I can't even elaborate on that. It's like you have to be so serious about your life, and don't expect, oh, now that you pay me $15 an hour, now that you pay me $23 an hour, now I'm gonna be serious here because I'm getting this check. What I want people to understand is that if we could take our lives seriously outside of those establishments, you'll make way more money. But you got to be that disciplined in your discipline. They don't call it discipline for nothing. So Mars sextile Chiron, as we finishing up the astrology. Chiron is in Aries, ruled by Mars, the first deacon of Aries, ruled by Mars. So if I'm telling you, I got this healing for you, all you got to do is come and get it. You don't come and get it, I'm not going to come to you. And I'm not talking about me personally, I'm just speaking about the energy. Chiron and energy is like, the healing is there, but you're going to have to get up off your ass and go get it. And you ain't going to know that it's healing. Like I don't know. I'm skeptical. You got to realize that the magic happens outside of your, pause for a second. let's pause this tape for a second. Let's realize some shit. Now, don't literally pause it. Just pause your mind for a second. I just want us to think about something for 1 second. You mean to tell me you're afraid to reach out to people? You're afraid to, challenge yourself. But when it comes home and getting into that comfort zone, you perfectly fine with? You perfectly fine with going to your comfort zone where you feel safe at, where you're not growing at? That don't bother you. But taking a chance, taking a risk, that shit bother you though. Okay, I see what type of person that I'm dealing with today. I see the energy that I'm dealing with today. I see the shit that we got to fight against today, because that's crazy. In my opinion, I'm tired of taking risks. I'm tired of new shit. I'm tired of new experiences. Come on now. Outside of your comfort zone, that's where the magic happens. But let's explain your comfort zone based upon the tarot. I said, cards, tell me what the comfort zone is. Tell me where people is most comfortable. Tell me like the ingredients of their comfort zone. I need to know this so I could explain it to them. My cards, they fuck with me the strong way. This is what he came up with. I put the card up to the mic. I thought this card was about to say some shit to y'all. Hold up. Oh, shit. The comfort zone is filled with futility, lies. Oh, this is perfectly fine sitting on this couch watching this TV, binge watching this show all day, not dealing with people, cutting my phone off, not responding to text messages. This is perfectly fine. I mean, yeah, I guess, if you say so, I guess, What else is the comfort zone built on? Interference. So your comfort zone is built on a lot of different ideas and expectations from other people, that overall is like, I want to do this, but what is people going to say? What is people going to do? How is people going to feel? This is all in your comfort zone, though. This is where you comfortable at. With interference, with lies. Ooh, it feel like a blanket. It feel warm. Let's top it off though. Oppression. Your comfort zone is filled with oppression as well, because you can't do shit either in your comfort zone, but be in your comfort zone. Tens of millions of people cut off from the world because their comfort zone is so lush. And then we talk about being oppressed. Oh, we can start with, smart TVs and smartphones and, smart cars and all of this shit that's going to isolate you. I mean, and these things could free you too, but I'm just saying, if you're doing the same shit and you just feeling comfortable in some shit and it feels good to come home, to shut off the world, get into your devices, get into your PS4, because you had a shitty day at work, so you just run to your comfort zone. Oppression tells me, when I was reading a book last night before I went to sleep, the thought came to me that a comfort zone is built upon trauma. Let me explain what a comfort zone is and how it's built on trauma, how it relates to me in my life. Because, this office, my home, is a comfort zone. But maybe 1, 2, 3 houses ago, we were homeless. So my whole thing was getting a home, and once I get in my house, I'ma just sit and just, you know, work on stuff, cause I can't go back here. And so I created a vibe for myself at home, so I didn't necessarily have to deal with the world. And so what I need to start to do, what I have been doing, is getting the fuck out the house, just doing shit, volunteering. You know, based upon the fact that I can't make shit happen from my comfort zone. I just can't make shit happen from my comfort zone. I can't make shit happen for feeling good in the crib. And so this is deep in a sense where you'll go to people, astrologers or psychics, and they'll be just speaking on, okay, what system is good? What should I do to fortify this comfort zone? I need more lies, sis. I need more interference. I need more trauma. I need this comfort zone to be with wall-to-wall security. I need cameras on every floor. I need this comfort zone to be state of the art. And so how do we get out of this comfort zone? Because I've realized that that's probably some of the hardest shit that a human being ever is going to have to do. I got a solution. Well, the solution came for men and women, but we'll discuss that. But take it or leave it too. Because the shit that I'm talking about is not going to be easy when we talk about a solution to getting out of this comfort zone. So take it or leave it. Because what I discuss is simple shit. But realize deeply within yourself, the simple shit is some of the most hardest shit that you ever could do. Ooh, meditating? Shit, what year is we on meditating? Year 16 of meditation? Do I still have trouble with meditating? Fuck yeah, I have trouble with meditating. Like, that's light. Like, wow. Like, when people are like, I have trouble with meditating. It's a line around the corner, man. You're gonna have to go all the way back there. We still join the club. But ultimately, the Four Swords is that truce with that trauma, that peace with that trauma. Like, you ain't gonna be homeless, bro. Just because you leave the house, because you spend a little money, you have a little fun, you go see, like what I've been doing recently, like just going to the movies. Like that's me getting outside of my comfort zone. And if you know me personally, that's a big step. Just to go to the goddamn movies. Because I don't want to, you know, put my family in a position where I just spent $20. So, you know, if some shit go down, I'm going to relate it to, remember that time you went to the movies? Spent that 20? Now look at us. So, trying to go to the movies every weekend. Just to get out of my comfort zone. Because that's where the magic happens. And so for men, to get out of this comfort zone, you got to be smart with your sexual energy. You can't just be wasting it on these porn sites. Men, you got to raise your sexual energy. Women, you got to be led by your sexual energy. And it's a difference. Your sexual energy will alert you to who to deal with, who not to deal with, where to go, where to take a walk. So many times I've discussed with women and it's like, you know, I just did this. I just followed my intuition. Just found this park and had a great day and da-da-da-da-da. Like, that's an everyday thing, an everyday occurrence when you get out of your mind and let your energy lead you. And men, your comfort zone is the pornography. But your magic don't happen inside of the pornography. Your magic happens outside of the pornography. Tough thing to talk about. Tough thing to talk about, but I was there. I'm here for support, for a conversation. If this shit is like on the under and you don't want to talk about it in the live or in the comments, hit me up in the Gmail. I got a hella resources and, you know, support, like going through this thing where it's like raising my sexual energy without going crazy. Without feeling like processing this energy in a healthy way and using it for the benefit of the magic in my life. Getting outside of my comfort zone in a positive way. And so this is the second time that this card has shown up. I didn't fully elaborate on it the first time. Each time that this card shows up though, fellas, I'm going in on y'all asses. We've been watching too much porn, bros. Let's talk about it for a second. Let's calm that shit down. Where the magic happens. How to tap into this magic. Being the fool. Starting over. Y'all know too much. Y'all know too much. Y'all know too much. Y'all even know shit that's gonna hurt y'all. Y'all even know shit that's gonna paralyze y'all and not get you into the waves of shit. So act like you don't know shit and go about this shit the right way. Go about this shit new, fresh, so you can really tap into the magic. Like getting outside of your comfort zone, and then it's like, I'm outside of my comfort zone, but I'm scared. Let me go back to my comfort zone. No, once you outside of that comfort zone, you out and you make this commitment. Like, I didn't want to do this threesome, but we here now. Or not to say that you wanted to do it. Now you're a little scared. You outside of your comfort zone, and now it's like, but I'm here now. I don't know who getting into some freaky deaky shit this weekend, but you know, who knows, man. This energy is so weird. I would be getting into all types of wild shit if I was y'all, to be honest. These hurricanes and shit, man. So speaking of those hurricanes, you might be in a situation where you comfortable and that hurricane comes and knocks you out of your comfort zone, and you could be mad like, oh, you ruined my hurricane, you ruined my comfort zone, hurricane. But then you might get into some magic. You might get outside of that and see like, oh shit, it's good. It's good that this hurricane that happened. So, you know, I seen where I got this picture from. I used to work at this goddamn hotel, man. It was horrible. But every time it was like walking down the steps, this sign was there, and I would just like ponder it. I seen this sign so much that one day I just had to quit. Like, this job is a comfort zone. I'm gonna have to get up out of this comfort zone. And so like, I really keep this shit to heart, man. You know, I really focus on this energy. I really focus on that thought. I really don't like stay bogged down or clamp down to one situation, because I know like it ain't no such thing as a comfort zone. Like, I like being exposed. I like being vulnerable sometimes, because that way I could really be on some magical shit. You know, I like getting out the house. I like to do shit, be expansive, explore, walk in nature. You know, all of this stuff is outside of the comfort zone. You could walk so deep in nature and then you like, damn, ain't nothing really gonna stop a lion or a mountain lion from tearing a hole in my ass. So, you know, this is kind of adventurous. This is kind of wild. I'm kind of out here, you know. That's where the magic happens, that excitement, you know. But just wanted to share with the family like we do every day. daily energy readings. I hope that made sense. I hope that got some people out of their comfort zone today. I hope some people getting some magic popping today. Be sure to hit me up for readings and things of that nature. hoodmystic@gmail.com. Before you inquire about a reading, you might want to go to www.hoodmystic.com. Look at the readings and consultations tabs. If you want any, like, well, how do I know that you are good at what you do? Like, I don't know you. I have a whole tab committed to reviews, and then I got a whole nother tab committed to testimonials. The reviews will send you to Facebook. The testimonials are like the actual testimonials that I've gotten from real people that I've done readings for, you know, so let them tell you what it's about. Check that out. Other than that, man, get out of y'all comfort zone today, make some magic, enjoy y'all day. Much love from my family to y'all. Peace, 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 peace. Enterprise your ass out of that comfort zone. Ashe.